presenting is One Stop Prom Shop. According to ABC News, the cost of going to prom has risen to a national average of $1,139, leaving a heavy burden on students and parents. Our vision was a trade show that would give local prom businesses the opportunity to reach 1,500 high school students and give those same students the chance to win an entirely free prom.
In every business, risks must be taken to lead to success. We were taking a huge risk by starting this business because we had never done anything of this nature. In turn, the businesses were taking a huge risk with us because we were selling an untested product. We had no safety net underneath us, therefore failure was not an option. We needed the business's help to succeed. Pitching the idea of being in the one-stop prom shop was intimidating at first, but I knew we had a good business. We created a product that would truly impact businesses' prom sales. The one-stop prom shop was to show that businesses could not afford to miss if they wanted to have a prosperous prom season.
Our biggest goal was to create a business that would be sustainable by creating a memorable vendor experience. However, when we set out on the task of selling booths, this turned out to be a lot harder than we thought it would be. In the first few weeks of sales, we had trouble filling our booth spaces and began to sense that our trade show might fail. If we wanted to succeed, we had to make a big move, so we took a major risk and put a huge investment into our marketing campaign. Once our marketing campaign was launched, vendors started flooding in and even began approaching us because they recognized the huge value that our trade show could bring to their business. In the end, we achieved our goal of a sustainable business. 95% of our vendors said they would likely come back for another year of the one-stop prom shop, and every single vendor said that their show day experience was good to outstanding. Also, the show brought positive results to businesses, with American Commodore, our title sponsor, seeing a 63% increase in dress sales just 1 week after the show. These statistics prove that the value of our trade show will carry into the future.
A prom trade show is nothing without student attendees. To directly attract students to the show, we created a guerrilla marketing campaign which had plans of visiting other schools. Unfortunately, before we could schedule visits, a terrible event occurred at Sandy Hook Elementary in Connecticut. Schools across the nation heightened their security and forced us to change our plans for consumer marketing. We had to adapt. We promised 1,500 student attendees and had to deliver that many students to be successful. We saw the potential in social media and decided to embrace its full strength and power. Our business created lists of students using social media, which led to thousands of followers on Twitter. After sorting students by school, we chose students at each school based on who had the most followers and directly reached out to these people to spread the word. This turned out to be our most effective marketing strategy, and the results were evident the day of the show.
Waking up on the day of One Stop Prom Shop, I was filled with excitement, but I knew it was going to be a busy day. As my classmates and I were setting up, I became more and more excited, but nervous for the show. When the show started, and all 57 vendors set up, and 100 of prom goers filling the room to capacity, I knew the 6 months of hard work done by our team to overcome the real trials and challenges of running a business paid off when we were able to fulfill the promises we made to our businesses and our peers that the show would be helpful and successful. In our student surveys, 95% of respondees said that the show was helpful to meet their problems. Everything was done for our show to ensure it reflected the professional level of work we did.
One Stop Prom Shop was able to show a revenue that surpassed $11,000, as well as a profit of nearly $300. Based on this success, One Stop Prom Shop is now a sustainable business with the ability to increase profits in future years. The most significant elements we took away from this experience were the 3 business lessons we learned. First, we learned that creating a sustainable business is a difficult task. Second, we learned through the importance of a business's ability to adapt. And third, we learned through persistence and hard work, any struggle can be conquered. These lessons will propel our future careers.
Great job. I really like the way you created a feel of what it was like leading up to the event. So that was just absolutely terrific. Thank you. This is the first we've heard about actual evaluations. We're hearing numbers of satisfaction from your vendors and from the students who actually participated. How did that idea for evaluating the success of this actually come about?
The main goal of our business was to satisfy the vendors and to satisfy the customers. So with that being our goal, we had to have an effective way to evaluate if we reached our goals. So The day of the show, when all the vendors came to set up, we gave them a package of how they could be a successful booth at our show, and in that package was a survey that we asked them to fill out and return to us, and we got most of those back from the vendors. And then to evaluate the consumer response, we had people sitting at the entrance to our show, and every time someone came into the show, we handed them a bag full of coupons and discounts from the vendors, and in that bag was also a consumer survey that we asked them to fill out and return as they left.
I would compliment you on your thinking before the event and after. How are you translating the sustainability to the next time this is done? It sounds like you've done a lot of research and collecting data. What's the mechanism that you're going to use to truly make it sustainable?
Next year we would send out emails to all of our vendors that we had this year to see if they would be interested, and hopefully they would be eager to come back to us. The surveys were all very positive, so we think that they would come back. We could raise prices of the booth spaces because all of the vendors said their show day experience was outstanding, so we could charge more for those, and then we could cut our spending in marketing now that we have a positive brand identity, so that would show more profit in years to come with still the level of success we had this year.
Just talk a little bit about your marketing spend. Where do you feel you spend and how do you feel you can cut back on that for next time?
We spent a lot in print marketing, and one of our biggest expenses was we purchased 4 billboards around our community. Those were one of the most effective print marketing materials we had. Lots of people came to us asking about those because they'd see the billboards. But I think in future years, now that we have the hype up and people know who we are and what we do, that's something we could cut to save a lot of money in our